Shake Table Lab by Jordan Lee and Alex Peters. This is a drawing that we drew on sketch. We had measurements. The first floor was 18 centimeters tall. Second floor was also 18 centimeters tall. The third floor on one side was 19 centimeters tall. On the other side, it was 23 centimeters tall. Overall, the total height was 56 centimeters. Alex and I first thought about making the base square. Mr. Closet had recommended to make the building columns with 2 straws instead of 1 so that the building would be sturdier. We put this into action and we had built the first stage. The straws were added so that we could make the roof. We cut the straws so that they could fit on the roof. The straws were taped to the columns. Alex and I added the cross supports to the structure. Each side had 2 cross supports. We made these cross supports out of straws by cutting the straws to adjust the size of each side. The tower was finished by making another floor. We added some flags and decorations. Flooring was also added on each floor. This is our final building. We had some measurements. The first floor was 18 centimeters, second floor was 18 centimeters, and the third floor on one side was 19 centimeters, and on the other side was 23 centimeters. On one side of the building, it was 52 centimeters tall in total. On the other side, it was 56 centimeters tall. Our building can hold 4 sandbags with 2 on each floor very easily. We think that the third floor is a little bit weaker than the second floor, but we think that the third floor will be okay. Straw poles supporting the second floor strengthen the building. The outline of the building, along with the extra straws on the bottom, help too. We think that the strongest parts are the support beams on the first floor. The second floor is very sturdy because of this. The support beams really help our tower stay up. Alex and I think that the weakest part is the third floor because it isn't as sturdy as the second floor. We think this because there is a support beam, but it is not as durable as the one on the first floor. I think that we may have used a little too much tape. Some places are like rat nests. Even if we did use a lot, we think that it will be better for our tower. For the last step, we had to put flooring. Alex had to cut out paper so that the paper will fit on each story. Mr. C put the tower on the shake table. He added sandbags to the second and third floor. Our tower survived a major earthquake. Please, just survive.
Dude, this tower is strong. It's not even bending.
Our tower fell when we held 22 sandbags, so we held 20 in total. Our tower fell because there was so much weight compressing on the first floor supports. This picture is our XYZ graph. The x-axis shows the side-to-side movement. The y-axis was the movement back and forth. The z-axis was the up and down movement. There was the most movement on the x-axis, second on the y-axis, and the least on the z-axis. Hello, my name is Jordan Lee. Our building supported 20 sandbags. Each sandbag weighed 250 grams, so our building held a total of 5,000 grams. Our building failed where the bottom supports were because there was so much weight on the second and third floors that there was so much weight on the bottom supports that it eventually fell. If we had 4 extra straws, we would have put supports on the bottom floor so that it would have held up the weight on the second and third floor. And it would have helped our structure be more stable. I learned that earthquake-proof buildings have X supports, which keep the floors up, and a very sturdy base so the building would not fall. What I enjoyed about this lab and building this structure is that I enjoyed working with my friends and coming up with new ideas about building a new building.
Hello, my name is Alex Peters, and Jordan and I's tower held a total of 20 sandbags, when each sandbag weighs 250 grams. So in total, our tower held 5,000 grams. Our tower failed in the bottom right corner because a lot of the sandbags' weight on the second story and the third story ended up compressing on these single supports. If I could have changed anything, I would have added more straws to support up the first floor because most of the weight ends up compressing on the supports. What I learned about building an earthquake-proof tower is that you absolutely need cross supports. And the more cross supports you have, the more sturdy and more reliable your tower is going to be. What I enjoyed about doing this lab is working with my friends and coming up with new ideas to build an earthquake-proof tower. Thank you.